and welcome back to my playthrough of Archipelago. This is already episode number 3 and I'm pretty sure that this will be the last one because there are only 3 more rounds to play, because once I have 6 of those the game immediately ends and I have to buy one of those evolution cards each round in order not to lose this game. So it's pretty likely that I will finish my playthrough here and today. But let's start the new round by deactivating all of our citizens, reactivating our evolution cards. We only use the shipbuilding card during the last turn. Then we check for any population effects. Right now we still don't see any of those. The same is true for those 2 boards down there, so we can directly jump into the balance on the archipelago. And right now we have a local consumption crisis, so people demand ore. Good thing is we have 1 piece of ore on the domestic market, so we are not suffering any rebels here. Let's jump right into the action phase, and I think I will start with a migration here. And I can use this ship to form some kind of a convoy, I think it's referred to. I place it next to those boards, really still indicating that the ship is on this tile, but still it's bridging over those 2 terrain tiles here. And then I just take one of those meeples and move him over to the new terrain tile here. That was already the migration. I think we still move the ship back. Now we can still use the ship and the citizen during this round, which is really important. But of course I will still activate the amphitheater here. Unfortunately we cannot use the second symbol here, but we still do get 2 florins, which is always nice. Then we do some fishing, and of course we are using the commercial fishing evolution card, therefore we have to pay 1 florin. We move the ship on this resource tile, but because we use the commercial fishing we are allowed to grab 2 fish cubes for that action. Awesome. I think with the last action I will send my guys to the quarry. Yeah, that's the case. So let's send this one here. This gives us 1 piece of stone, and those were pretty much all of our actions already. So we can jump directly into the purchase phase, and I'm really thinking of getting this export tile here because this allows me to add 1 resource to the export market, so it can really help me in order to avoid an export consumption crisis. This one is cheaper, but right now I cannot really use it. Maybe I will go for it the next round, but I think in this round I will go for the export evolution card here. Hopefully it will do me some good. But of course we have to reveal the next card, and this time we see an immediate event. So this is something I have to deal with right away. So I have to feed the population some cattle, and I'm really happy that I sold some cattle during one of the previous rounds. Very good decision, Marcus. So we don't have to deal with this upper part of this card again during the next round, but we still have to deal with the export market consumption crisis, but only at the start of the next round. Let's see what new card showed up, and this is a weapon stealer, and this is really something only for the competitive game, because I think some of the other guys have to show their iron and then you can buy that iron from the other players. But of course I don't have any other players with me, so I think this is definitely something I can rotate in one of the next rounds. But speaking of rotating, I still have to rotate 2 cards, and I think I will go with a diplomat here and also with a slavery. Really want to get rid of it as soon as possible. And this was already the end of this round. So let's deactivate our meeples here. Let's do the same with our evolution cards. And then we directly jump into the next round. We don't have any population effects whatsoever, so we can directly deal with the export consumption crisis here. And this is pretty easy, as we can easily pay this piece of wood from the export market board. Okay, I think with my first action, before I forget it, I will build. And in this case, I will build a harbor. So I have to place a meeple on this harbor here. And of course, I still have to pay for this harbor. And this costs me 1 stone, 1 fish, and 2 pieces of florin. So this is already a good start, and because I want to make sure to get a good price, I will use the export evolution card here, and I decide to remove 1 cube from the export market. I will remove this fish cube, then I will harvest some resources, and of course I will go for some wood here, so let's grab that. And of course I will use my amphitheater, so I get 2 florins back. Still I have no insurgent on my archipelago. Next I will activate my new built harbor, and I don't need to spend an action disk for this. I activate this with 1 florin, but I only can activate 1 harbor each round. Basically, if I have more harbors, then apparently I can also activate more than 1 harbor. And this now allows me to deal twice with the export market, which is of course a good thing, because this way I can sell 2 resources to the export market, my fish and my wood, and this gives me 15 pieces of gold. Not too bad, eh? Originally I was thinking of exploring again, but I think I will play it conservatively this round, and yeah, so I will reproduce once more, as I am allowed to add an additional meeple to this tile now. Remember, there is this limit of 3, and I moved 1 of those off, and I think this was really a bad mistake, as I really should have moved 2 of the meeples here to this tile here, because this would allow me to produce 2 of those stones in one of the previous rounds. So this really might cost me the silver medal, pretty sure about that, but let's wait and see. But this was pretty much the last action, but of course we must increase the citizen track here accordingly. This turn I really want it cheap, so I will only go for the roads for 1 florins. That's not too bad. And of course we still have to reveal the next card here. Oh wow, and again we see an emergency event basically, so we need 2 cattle from the export market, and guess what, we don't have any cattle whatsoever. In this case we just produced 2 insurgents on our archipelago, but I think this shouldn't be that big of a deal, because we have the population effect waiting for us, and on top of this we still have the amphitheater, which also allows us to decrease the level of insurgency. Let's see what new evolution card we got. That's a national holiday. We can activate it, but therefore we have to remove 1 cattle and 1 fruit from the local or domestic market, put them back to the bank. We get 2 florins for that, and we are also allowed to decrease the level of insurgency by 2. I think overall that's not really important for us anymore. So let's rotate 2 more tiles here. This, and I think this. Yep. And then we jump into the final round basically. So let's deactivate this meeple here. This guy we will keep on the foreign or on the export market. This guy is not activated at all. The same is true for this ship here. Let's reactivate our tiles. Let's check for any population effects. So we don't have any, neither on the domestic nor on the export market. But because of this trick here, this allows us to decrease the level of insurgency by 1, which is definitely a good thing. And one last time we have to check for the balance on the archipelago, and in this case we see a local consumption crisis, so people demand fruit. Luckily we have exactly 4 meeples and 1 piece of fruit in the domestic market, just enough, so we are good here. I believe I have to take a risk once more. Yeah, that's for sure. So let's explore once more and check out the pile of those terrain tiles. I think I cannot use this one. So again, we have a 50% chance that this isn't any good. So I think, yeah, I have to discard it. Let's see. No, I would not be able to use this. So this was a good decision, but again, no, guys. Not that I'm losing, but this would be a wasted action basically. So yeah, I have to take this tile. I cannot use this side, and I think, oh yeah, this match is awesome. So I will put this tile like this. Yeah, that's really awesome. Let's move this ship over here. We have 2 additional huts, which means we see 1, 2 additional unemployed workers. We grab our discovery tile here, and then we have to give 1 resource to the domestic market. And I think I will go for wood this time. So let's place it like this. For myself, I think I will go for 1 fruit. Yep. With my action, I will again activate the amphitheater. This gives me 2 pieces of florins, and this time I can actually make some locals happy with my performance. I think I have to collect some taxes this round. My people don't like this, that's for sure, but I have to do it anyway. So let's place 1 token here. This means I have to increase the insurgency marker once more. With this action I will activate the export once more, and this time I think I will add a resource, and I really don't have a clue what I should add right now. So I will just go with iron ore here, put it here to the export market. But of course I still get some income, so for each citizen and for each ship I gain 1 florin, and as I have 4 citizens and 1 ship, this gives me 5 pieces of florin. So overall I'm now at 24 florins, so I just got the half of the silver medal, but I think I should be good anyway, because with my next action I will activate the foreign market with 1 florin. I take 1 green thing here. I will use 1 of my wild cards and will also transform it into another fruit cube. So I will sell this to the foreign market for 16 florins in total, and this brings me to 39 florins. Can you believe that? But as I still have 1 more action, I think I will just activate the transaction or deal with the market action space here. Again, I will trade in 1 of my tokens here for 1 piece of fruit, sell it to the export market for 8 more bucks. So in total, let me see, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 43, 46, 47 florins. Of course, I still have to buy 1 of those tiles, and I go with the cheapest one here, of course. The National Holiday sounds like a very cool last card. So let's grab this one. Of course, I still have to reveal the next card. And again, we see a crisis, an emergency crisis on the export market here. So 2 pieces of stone, and I did the wrong thing as I chose iron ore instead of stone. So again, we have to increase the insurgency marker by 2, but overall that's not really a problem as we are still way ahead of this black meeple there. So let's quickly check what we got here. Militia, we can remove a revolting citizen from the archipelago and put him back to the supply. Yeah, okay, this can be okay, but not really important for us. We still have to rotate 2 tiles, and I really have to make sure not to remove an additional evolution card, because if I would flip this one here, this would be removed, and then I would have to reveal another one, causing maybe an additional emergency event, for example. Then I could really lose this game. So I already rotated this one. I will also rotate the weapon trader here, so no problem here. And this is already the end of the round. We have 6 of those evolution cards, and as indicated on this scenario card here, this ends the game. Okay, let's tally up the score once more. We have 44 bucks in total, which means we got the silver medal here. Not too bad, to be honest. I'm really surprised I made it. Guys, I have no idea how this one is achievable with this scenario. This really sounds impossible. Maybe you really have to get lucky and get better evolution cards here, or possibly find even better terrain tiles when exploring. I have no idea. Maybe you shouldn't explore at all, really focus on production. I don't know. If you got an idea, please let me know. I would be really surprised if that's doable at all. And yeah, this brings me to the end of my little playthrough of Archipelago using the solo expansion here. I have to say, this is really one of my most favorite games, that's for sure. I really prefer it in the multiplayer game with all that cutthroat and take that, which is really great. Those non-binding agreements are really a blast when playing it with the right people, of course. But I always enjoy playing Archipelago. I really hope you enjoyed it too. Hope to see you soon in one of my next videos. And until then, bye-bye.